Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namah. Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namah. Om Yontah Pravishya Mamava Chamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Kila Shakti Dharaswadhamnam Anyascha Hastacharana Shravanatvagadin Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam. Once upon a time, there was a young boy, young kid. About, how old are you?
5.
Exactly the same age. But he was a boy. You're a girl? Yeah, so he was a boy. And he was a son of a king, and that king, after he was born, he got married to one more wife. Okay? And he had another son from that other second wife. So this fellow, first fellow, was elder. You are born first or second? First. So you are older to her. So he was also older to his younger brother. But what happened, the second wife was very smart, and she showed to the king, Uttanapad, that she didn't try to show that the elder queen is not favorable, and she used to please him in every way that she could. Take care of him. And why she did all this? Why she was, हिंदी में बोलते हैं मस्का मारना, चापलूसी करना, चमचागिरी करना. Why? She wanted the younger son, which is her own son, to be the future king. And one day, the elder fellow, his name I'll tell you now. Till now I have kept it secret. His name is Dhruv. You know the story? No? Okay. So this Dhruv, he always wanted to, see, when you both came, you sat on my lap. So this Dhruv also wanted to sit in his father's lap. When the father is sitting on the throne, every time the younger brother is always on the lap of the father. And one day he came. Yes, beta? You got that book? Oh, very good. So now you can refresh the story. It's in, you read Hindi? Okay. It's in Hindi. Okay. So now when you see the pictures in the book, now you will know the story because I am telling you the story. Shivani, right? Okay. एक गाना है ना, ओ शिवानी हे शिवानी, खाती खाना पीती पानी, ओ Shivani. So anyway, so Dhruv, his mother used to live in a palace far away from the original king's palace, and one day Dhruv came with a deep longing in his heart that I want to sit on the lap of my father. And he went. And when the father saw his elder son, very lovingly he called him, come, Dhruv. On one lap, the younger brother was there. On the other lap, he put our Dhruv. At that very moment, the elder, the second wife, she came and pulled him away from the lap of the father. And she says, if you want to sit on the lap of your father, you have to be born through my womb. You have to be born through my womb. That means you have to be my child in order to be sitting on the lap of the father. Now this young fellow, Dhruv, he is very gentle, he is very cultured. He doesn't argue with her, but he says, Mom, he used to call her Mom also. He says, Mom, I am already born. How can I be born from your womb again? Like a 5-year-old, that's what they will ask. She says, oh, you are already born. So yes, it is true, you cannot be born from my womb. Then what is to be done? You wait for your next birth to sit on the lap of your father. You wait for your next birth. Now the 5-year-old child is thinking, what do? I want to sit on the lap of my father. And he goes away to his mom and tells the story to his mom. And the mom said, Suruchi, she said, yes, it is correct what your other mom has told, that you have to wait for your next life to sit on the lap of your father. She says, he asked, is there nobody else who can help? She says, no, dad cannot help because he is under the clutches of his wife. I cannot help because I have no sway. I am staying so far away. But if you should give up this desire. He says, I can't give up this desire. I want to sit on my lap of my father. She says, there's only one person who can help you. Who? Suddenly, the young boy, hope arises in him. He says, who? She says, look at this statue. I see Radha Krishna there, but in their palace, the statue of Narayana was there. She says, Narayana will help you. Now, that 5-year-old child starts thinking, Narayana is going to help me. I have to go and find Narayana. Where is he? This is only a statue. He must be there. Where is he? Mom said, he is everywhere. Mom said to the young boy, Narayana is everywhere. And at night when everyone was sleeping, she quietly got up and started going out of the palace in search of Narayana. And he started. And as he started, it was in the middle of the night, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, pitch dark. There were no lights like this, like what we have in the city. It was pitch dark. Where the river will come, where the jungle will begin, how many ferocious animals will come, he did not know. But he has got only one thought in his mind. What is that? I want to see Narayana. And he started. Same thing. What was happening to the child before? He was disturbed, isn't he? What was the disturbance due to? Desire in his mind that he wants to sit on the lap of the father. Now you apply it in your life also. What are our disturbances due to in life? Are they due to our whatever life we are living, or is it because of some unfulfilled desires which we have cultivated? Some of them are sensible, maybe need. Some of them are insensible, but still they are there. We don't have the capacity to satisfy them, yet we are harboring them in our mind. If that insensible, out of the world desire is for the Lord, then like Dhruv, you will try anything. Things will happen. But when the desires are for the world, then you satisfy one desire, another 100 are ready waiting. We want to be satisfied too. And as that starts happening, like children, Mummy, what do you want? Beta, what do you want? What have you made, Mummy? I have made pizza. Pizza? Yesterday also I had pizza. Today also. No, I'm not hungry. What do you want? I want samosa. Next day, Mummy brings samosa. What do you have, Mummy? Samosa. Samosa? I want pizza. And whole day, whole week goes like this only. Whatever you have, that they don't want. Why? Not because they are not hungry or they don't like it. Because whole day they have been munching away on kurkures and biscuits and what do you call those things? Cookies and this and that. तो पेट कहाँ भरा हुआ है? खाली है. पेट तो भरा हुआ है. सबको इंग्लिश आती है कि हिंदी भी चाहिए बीच में? इंग्लिश ठीक है ना? क्योंकि ये बच्चे समझ नहीं पाएंगे नहीं तो. हाँ, हिंदी आता है उनको? हिंदी नहीं आता. हिंदी सीख लो यार. I said learn Hindi. Anyway, so because we are already full of unwanted things, therefore we don't want what is nourishing for us, that we don't eat. Our discontentment in life is due to unreasonable expectations from life. If there is unreasonable expectation like Dhruv, that he wants to find God, by all means go ahead. I had an expectation, unreasonable expectation from myself or from Lord Shiva. I just came from Kailash. And what was my expectation? I have a hip problem and I limp. I got osteoarthritis. I limp. And I said, I will only go up till 1 kilometer. I don't think I will be able to walk. I will come back. And after 1 kilometer, I said, no, a little bit more. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Reached 21,000 feet. Touched Kailash and came back. Unreasonable expectation. If it is for God, He fulfills it. Because you are not desiring anything from the world. But when you are desiring something from something in the world, of the world, from the world, and when you can't get it, you want that from the Lord. Now, Dhruv has gone in search of Lord Narayana. He has forgotten. He wants to see Narayana. The desire to see Narayana, to desire to be in communion with him is so overpowering because mom has said so, because the stepmother has said so, and that is the only solution available. So he is not thinking about sitting on the lap of father. He wants the Lord. He wants to ask him afterwards, whatever he wants to ask. And he goes. So this is first lesson, that when we have unreasonable expectations from the world, we don't have the capacity, but we have big desires. We want Mercedes, we want a big house, we want a farm, we want to travel the world. और जेब में क्या है? अठन्नी. और घूमने निकले, डिजायर लेके निकले, तो परेशानी नहीं होगी तो क्या होगा? You will get disturbed, you will get frustrated with yourself. And that frustration comes out as resentment towards all those people who have the capacity. You understand? So stop. Then what to do? Then what did Dhruv do? He kept going. When a student is born, when a devotee is born, Devotee is not born because हमने सुबह उठ के टीका लगा दिया या एक खंबा गाड़ दिया या दिया लगा दिया या धोती पहन ली और जनेऊ पहन लिया, इसका मतलब हम डिवोटी बन गए. दिस इज नॉट अ डिवोटी. Devotee is when the Lord calls you from inside your heart, or your heart is calling out to the Lord. It's in love with it. For whatever reason. Reason is not important. Ravan also called for Ram, but in a different way. Isn't it? Hiranyakashipu also wanted to have the darshan of the Lord, but in a different way. Because he was very egoistic. So here, when your heart calls out, starts thirsting for the Lord, the teacher appears. Understand this. Answer comes to you. And as this child was walking in that dark rocky area with rivers, streams, jungles, etc., didn't know where to go. Everything is dark. He has never been out of a palace. First time he has gone out of palace. Suddenly, who comes in front of him? Narayana, Narayana. The greatest devotee of Lord Narayana. Who? Narad Muni. He has this veena and he comes. What did I say to you? When a devotee is born, the teacher comes into your life. So, Narad Muni came. My child. So Narad Muni said, where are you going, my child? He said, I am going in search of Narayana. I want to ask him a question. And he said, you are going like this? Oh, the crown is there. He's a prince. The crown is there. All the gold bracelets are there. And the nice clothes are there. Necklace is there. Kamarband is there. Anklets are there. Earrings are there. All gold, gem studded. He said, if you go like this, some thieves and dacoits will come and steal away everything from you. He says, but I don't have any other clothes. What do I do? What you are saying is correct, but I never thought about it. I just went for Lord Narayana. He says, come here, take it out, take it all out. He took it all out, took his dhoti also out because he was wearing those silky things, and he gave him one langot and one angavastra. Just simple, this type of color. And he gave it. He said, now nobody will look at you. If they look at you, they will give you something and go away. Before they will take it away, now they will give you something. So he says, okay, but where do I find Lord Narayana? You seem to know something, sir. You have guided me that this is very good point what you told me. How do I find, which direction do I go? My mom said he's everywhere. So I just started from the palace. He says, yes, he is everywhere. That is true. But you have to make him appear in front. How to do that? For that, I will give you, this is what happens. This is our experience of life also. That the mantra comes, the teacher comes, the scriptures come. We didn't go after it. They come. You keep purifying. You have the right intention in your heart. And he said, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Everyone repeat after me. Repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 He said, now, he says, how do I chant this mantra? He says, by your mouth. What else? He says, you see that tree? There was a banyan tree and there was some platform there. He says, go sit under that tree and chant the name of the Lord. If you chant the name of the Lord without allowing any other thought of this world coming and disturbing you, Lord will come and give you darshan. he will come and give you darshan. This is my guarantee to you. He says, really, it is possible? He says, yes. And this young child went away under the tree and sat down. He started, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and our Narad Muni gave him some mala also. The अपनी जो जप माला होती है वो rosary. So he started chanting Om Namo Bhagavate. But after every 2 hours, he has to get up. He is thirsty. He has to drink water. He is hungry. He started eating fruits. This, that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Where will I get something to eat? So he found a mango. Then he found a banana. Then he found something. But then when you eat, what do you have to do afterwards? Then you have to go to the loo. You have to go to the toilet. So he started, after a few days of living like this, he realized that if he is eating food, he has to go to toilet 2-3 times, because when you start chanting the mantra, heat is generated, food gets digested very quickly. So he decided, I will not eat food. Then what will I do? I will eat only leaves. Or which leaves? Fresh leaves. So he started. So he doesn't have to go to toilet every few hours. So he stopped that. Second month he realized that is also, as his Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya mantra started going deeper, he started enjoying taking the name of the Lord. He felt the proximity of the Lord, as if he is around him. As if anytime he will come and give him darshan, he felt he is going to merge into him. And those moments, suddenly the feeling came. When that feeling is coming, suddenly susu jana hai. Again he has to get up, go to the susu, come back. Then he made a resolve. I will stop drinking water also. Third month, he stopped drinking water also. So now no food, no leaves, no water. Now there is no reason for him to go anywhere. And he dived into the mantra. He kept chanting, sitting straight, contemplating, putting his attention on the third eye or sometimes on his heart, the middle of the sternum. And he kept chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, kept on going. And one day, suddenly, he heard a sound in his head. What did he hear? He says, hey Dhruv, I am here, open your eyes. And he looked, yes, I can see you. Opened the eyes, there is nobody outside. Nobody is outside. He says, God tricked me. हाँ, भगवान ने बोला कि दर्शन देंगे पर दिए नहीं. So he became little bit more, that so many months of continuous chanting of the mantra I had done, and I had to break it because my mind tricked me. Not God tricked me, he said, my mind tricked me. So again he sat. Again he started chanting the mantra. Again the sound came that, Dhruv, I am here. You can stop your mantra now. Again he opened his eyes. Again there was no one. Now what to do? Again third time, he again started his sadhana, chanting the name Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This time again, third time, the Lord spoke from him, inside him, Dhruv, I am here, you can stop now. He says, I don't believe you, sir. I don't believe you. 2 times you have tricked me. I am not going to open my eyes this time. First you prove to me that you are outside, giving me darshan. Otherwise I am not going to open my eyes and again I have to start all over. No, I will not. So, Bhagwan, you know how Narayana is? Shankha Chakra, Gada Padma. In this hand he has the chakra, in this hand he has the Shankha, in this lower hand he has the Gada, the mace, and in this hand he has the Pushpa. Shankha Chakra Gada, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. Padma is the lotus flower. So Bhagwan, what did he do? He took the conch and touched the cheek of Dhruv, who was sitting in meditation chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The moment he felt the coolness of the Shankh. What is Shankh? Conch. You understand conch? What is the quality of conch? Why do you use conch? बजाते हैं ना? You make a sound. You got it? How?
Downstairs.
Good. So the quality of the sound conch is sound. So the moment Lord Narayana touched the cheek of Dhruv, remember the mantra we chanted in the beginning? Om yontah pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam sanjeevayatya akhila shakti dharaswadhamnam anyascha hastacharana shravanatvagaadin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. This mantra came out of his mouth. Om yonta pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam. That, oh Lord, it is by your grace that the speech is coming out of my mouth. Who am I to speak? Just like, and the rest of the mantra, you alone are functioning through my hands, through my feet, through everything. To that one who is functioning through all my faculties, to him my namaskar, to him my prostrations. Now you apply it to yourself. Did you start breathing or breathing happened? Do you become hungry or hunger happens? Do you create hunger? Hunger happens, isn't it? Do you create bladder pressure or bladder pressure happens? Happens. Do you sleep? No, I'm going to sleep now. Can you go to sleep now? Not possible because you're not sleepy. But come another 3-4 hours, then the sleep comes. Then don't go to sleep. We have to have dinner. No, mummy, mama ko neend aa rahi hai, main ja raha hu, I'm going to sleep. So sleep also comes. In the morning, do you decide in sleep, now I'm going to wake up? Or waking happens? Waking happens. Do you decide, I'm going to pull myself and become longer? Are you going to pull yourself? Or automatically you start growing? Automatically, isn't it? So who is making you grow? Who is making you smile? Who is making your eyes blink? Who is making your hair grow? Who is making your breath go in and out? Who is making your heart beat? Is it you? Who is it then? Tell. Bhagwan. So nice. You also know that, isn't it? It is Bhagwan. Which Bhagwan? Narayana or Shiva, whichever one you like. All the Bhagwans are one only. We know it different. See? So in this manner, see, children are very nicely they answer. Grown-ups are confused. How to live our life. Very simply they know. When you give a right direction to their mind, they know the answers. We are complicated because we have collected so much data in our mind, even if the direction is given, but we have buts, we have got options because we have collected so much of information. They have not collected information. When you give them a direction, immediately pop comes the right answer. Whether they know the meaning of the answer or not, it's not important, but they know the correct answer. And as they grow, then they also, like you, they start collecting information and they forget the answer. So here we see in Dhruva's life that few things. What did we see? First point, what we saw? His commitment to the Lord. Second, when you are committed to the Lord, what happens? The teacher appears in your life. And the teacher gives you the guidance, the teacher gives you the mantra, the teacher gives you the method, the technique of how to realize the Lord. And when you start, there are some hiccups, which we saw in the Dhruva's life, but if the student is committed, if the devotee is committed to the Lord to have his darshan, he wanted to have darshan of the Lord. When Bhagwan came in front of him, Bhagwan said, Tell me, my son, what do you want? If someone is saying, Beta, what do you want? What should the child say? Like he said, I said, tell me what you want me to speak on. He said, Swami ji, aapko sab kuch pata hai. And then he said that, but then he must have realized he put some demands after that. So that gives a direction. If he had said, Swami ji, aapko sab kuch pata hai, I will keep quiet. I know. In silence, all the answers are there. Huh? So Dhruv, what did he do? He was he was standing now, and when the Lord asked him, tell me what do you want? He answered exactly what you did. He said, Sir, Bhagwan, oh Lord, you know what, you are the all-knowing principle. You know everything. So, you know what I want. Whatever you give, that will be my prasad. So he said this. He could have asked, why did he start the journey? Tell me. To sit on the lap of his father. What he has told the Lord? That you know everything, so you give whatever you feel. He could have changed the order. He could have updated the order. We update our laptops and phones. So he could have updated, I want to merge in you. He didn't ask for merging. He asked, you know what I want. So you know. So Bhagavan says, okay, now you will not get the lap of your father, you will get my lap. Because he has invoked him. So Lord gave him a place in the sky called Dhruvatara. So in the northern hemisphere, we see it at 3-4 o'clock in the morning every day. It doesn't set. It's always there. See? And this young boy, then he goes back to his kingdom. And everyone comes to know that because once you have had the darshan of the Lord, you cannot be the same again. You will be transformed. You will have some abilities. You will, light laga do thodi si. So you will be transformed. People will be attracted to you. People have come to know that this fellow has done the tapasya. The word spread. And the king, Uttanapad, he gave his Dhruva and he grew up. The father got old. He handed over the kingdom to Dhruva. And Dhruva said, brother, his younger brother, he said, you take care of the kingdom. I am not interested in running the kingdom. So his wish was also fulfilled, the younger fellows and the stepmothers. But what happened was, what do kings do? They want to expand boundaries. What do you do? Expand boundaries. How? Eat or eat. But we expand. From 1 we became 2. From 2 we became 3. From 3 we became 4. When we became 2, we got take 1 and get 100 free. What is that? Father-in-law, mother-in-law, brother, sister, cousins, everyone. सारे free में आ जाते हैं. So you are expanding. As you go, as you are growing, your sphere of influence, your friendships, your relations with people, सब बढ़ता. It keeps expanding. It doesn't contract. It keeps expanding. That is how nature is. Space is continuously expanding. Think. So that is, consciousness is all pervasive. Consciousness is all pervasive. It's all inclusive. And that is what we are. All inclusive, all pervasive principle. So we have decided we are the body. We may have decided, but that intrinsic feeling that I must expand, it doesn't stop. And we start expanding in the physical world. Same way, the younger brother of Dhruv, he was also devoted to his brother, because now Dhruva is God. He has seen God. He has seen the Narayana. And he's continuously spending time and doing the japa and everything. And the younger brother is taking care. But what do? You keep wanting to expand the boundaries of your kingdom. And one day, when the younger boy was, I'm using the wrong word. Uttanapad was the younger brother's name. Father's name was Priyavrat, I think. So when he was gone to one of the projects of expansion, the tribals killed him, the younger brother. The tribals killed the younger brother. When Dhruv came to know that the younger brother has been killed by the tribals, he became so disturbed. All those years of taking meditation and taking the name of the Lord, all gone out of the window. He became so angry that he went and started killing every tribal people without any discrimination. What would have been right? Those who are responsible for the death of his brother, he should have punished them. Not the whole community, not the whole clan, but he started killing. When he started doing this, because now what was happening to him? He was moving away from who he was. He was moving away from integrity. He was moving away from God, being the devotee of the God, to be a killer. And what happens as a result? Narad Muni again comes in his life and he says, my dear son, yes, you must take revenge. You do punish the people who are responsible. But for that, why you have to punish the whole clan? What will people say? That Dhruv did tapasya. He had the vision of the Lord. God gave him darshan, and look, there is no improvement in him. He is still the same. He has become a killer. Is that how you want to be known? Is that how you want to be known? Immediately Dhruva realizes the mistake, and he gives up the kingdom to his son and goes to the jungle. Now same thing happens to us also. Whenever we are going the wrong way in our life, whenever, at any juncture of our life, there is a gut feeling. There is an inner voice which tells us, don't do it. Don't put the money in these shares. Don't buy that house. Don't put that investment there. Don't take that road. You don't have to think too much. It has to come by itself. If you keep thinking, what is my intuition telling me now? What is the inner voice? You will get confused thoroughly. Where there is no accident, you will create an accident. Not that way. It must come like a धक्का अंदर से. धक्का समझते हो? It should come as a push from inside. कि जैसे जब अंदर से भूख लगती है, when you get hungry, you are pushed towards the kitchen to eat something. When sleep comes, you are pushed towards the bed to relax. Same way, you are pushed from inside when intuition comes. If you are integrated, then this happens. And even if you are not integrated, Lord is very gracious. He keeps giving us indications. Hey, you are going the wrong way. Correct it. How does he do it? By someone coming and telling you something you read. Sometimes it's the inner voice. Sometimes it's the gut feeling, intuitive feeling. You just know. And sometimes because of our desires, we tend to overlook it. And afterwards we say that if I had listened to that feeling, if I had followed that feeling, it would have been correct. But then it is too late. That time it feels, if I follow my desire, I will get what I want. I'm doing the right thing. But you don't see the future. You don't know the future. The gut feeling comes from integrity. It comes from, it's coming as the grace of the Lord. Integrity means what now? Tell me, someone.
Honesty.
Huh? Honesty. Okay. Anything else? These are nice words which we never follow. What is integrity? Integrity is...
Being true to yourself.
Pardon me?
Being true to yourself.
Being true to yourself. How do you be true to yourself? What is its expression? What is its symptom? So our scriptures say, what you think is what you speak, is what you act in life. Action happens at 3 levels: thought, word, and deed at body level. Air hostess, hello sir. Inside, what is she thinking? Stupid fellow, again they are 1 hour, 1 hour I have to serve these idiots. Huh? No integrity. Hypocrisy, outside smile, inside resentment. This is not integrity. So integrity is what you think, is what you speak, is what you act in life. When you start following this, start with small things. Don't start with big if you are not practiced it. Start small things. And be ready to face the consequence. Because when you Arjun was straightforward. This is called straightforwardness, arjavam, straightforwardness. Sometimes misunderstood by others. Sometimes taken as arrogance by others. But as long as your heart is in the right place, then it doesn't matter what other people think. You be true. What Sir said, be true to yourself. She said, be true to yourself. Being true to yourself means that what you think is what you speak, is what you act in life or do in life. This is called integrity. This is called synchronization. When this happens, you are in the right place, in the right time, with the right people, in the right circumstances, with the right events, and everything is hunky-dory because you are in tune with nature. Why we find ourselves surrounded by challenges? Because we are not integrated. And once you start aligning yourself, thought, word and deed, it's not that you are thinking, now am I in the right place? Now am I in the right time? Now is it the right circumstance? You don't think like that. You are just fully engrossed in what is to be done. Or whatever life is presenting you, you are dealing with it with full integrity. And you start finding yourself in the right people, in the right circumstances, with the right experiences, so that you can grow further and further and further. What is that growth? Expansion. What is that expansion? Expansion that you alone are expressing through this whole creation. You alone are the self everywhere. You start empathizing. You start seeing. Just like I know the space in this house and the space in that house is the same space, isn't it? It's not different. Bricks are different, but space is the same. Space inside the house and space outside the house. Is it different?
No.
It is the same. Exactly the same way. Consciousness, life in this body and life in that body is exactly the same. And you start living not at body level, you start living your life at life level as a result of this integrity. What was integrity again? What you think is what you speak, is what you act in life. This slight adjustment you do, and there is infinite benefits to reap. Infinite benefits to reap. And what is the ultimate benefit? You are happy for no reason. You understand? You are happy for no reason. We always want a reason. If I get my kurkure, I'll be happy. If I get my pizza, which one? What is that? Margarita. Margarita, the kid one. Margarita. Then I'll be happy. Like our one principal was there in Delhi, and he had an Alsatian dog. I'm very, very smart fellow. And as kids, we used to go to their house, stay over with their sons' children and all that. But that Alsatian, he needed 12 chapatis every day. He'll not eat meat. Chapatis. 12 chapatis. They have to be freshly made every day, morning and evening. They have to be the same thickness. If you reduce the thickness, ki bhai yaar, if in between you put yesterday's chapati, he will not eat. And it has to have desi ghee. फिर ये महाराज रोटी खाएंगे. हमारा भी ऐसे ही है स्टोरी थोड़ा बहुत. We want everything perfect. But we forget that perfection is our nature. Access that perfection within, outside automatically becomes perfect. Why? If I take my glasses off, I can't see. Everything is hazy. What do I do with the glasses? I have corrected my vision. Now I can see you all clearly. When I become integrated as an ego, I see everything me versus you. What is in it for me? I think this we as an ego we want to be used and abused. We go into doormat mentality, we go into manipulative mentality, we go into hypocritical mentality, we go into all unwanted kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. In English, anger, greed, jealousy, envy, hypocrisy and arrogance. These are unwanted. This is Ravana. But when you start becoming integrated, you start your vision, which was establishing these 6 anger, greed, jealousy, etc. It starts getting transformed from inside. You don't need the physical glasses. From inside, the vision gets transformed. And you start seeing that everyone is perfect as they are. I don't need to change anyone. Why? Your attention is not on their bodies. Your attention is not on their mind. Your attention is not on their habits. Your attention is on the life principle which is throbbing in you and throbbing in them, which is one and the same. Space, inside, outside is the same. See? Once our attention comes and sticks onto that, your life is on automatic. You are ready to be a saint now. I'm not joking. This is the first step. And once you get into this, once you come to this point as a result of integrity, this transformation of vision comes, then it's a roller coaster ride. It's on automatic drive. The Lord will pull you towards Him. Slowly, slowly, your whole experience of the whole creation is of unconditional love, is of complete acceptance. You don't reject anyone, but at the same time, your mind is continuously dedicated to the divine, so that you don't create memories of experiences. So the 3 words are there: accept everything, reject nothing, retain nothing. Retain means don't create memory of anything. Because where's your attention? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Your attention is on the name. That name will bring about integrity. Automatically it will come about. As the more lovingly, with bhav, with feeling, with commitment, I keep taking the name of the Lord, to that, directly proportional to that, my integrity process starts happening. And this you don't decide, I have become integrated. People will tell you, you are looking different, you are behaving different. Don't get it to your head. नहीं यार, ऐसे ही है. What are you doing? नहीं, मैं आजकल बनाना खाती हूँ. नहीं, tell the truth. No, nothing. Don't get carried away because other people are praising you. It's your secret journey. Don't share it with anyone. It's your communion with your Lord in your heart by yourself. There is no place for anyone to come in between and allow you to be distracted from it. It should be it. If people are there, do it silently. When people are not there, sing and dance. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. See, and in this manner, your question is answered. Children are happy. You heard your story, so my job is done. Now I earned my meal. So with this, these are just small tips I am giving you, and if you implement it, it will be for the better.
Can
Yes.
I ask a question?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
people ask what you're doing and if you don't tell it, where is the integrity then? If
Integrity is not answering every damn person's question. They will make you mad. That is not integrity. Integrity is keeping your mind at peace. If people are asking unwanted questions, we must have the acumen to deflect it. Go to toilet. I'll answer. Oh yeah. Oh my God, मेरे को pressure आ गया. Toilet चले गया. By the time you come back, they will have forgotten the question. Simple. Or change the topic. Start some movie topic.
But at the same time, it's also good to like within family to share those things.
No.
Family like
No.
family,
No.
family, wife.
No.
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 No, like
No.
Okay. No, the
It
reason
is-
I'm saying, sorry. The reason
It is your journey to yourself.
Okay.
can you not have
If you teach children how to pray and you never pray, you send children to singing class and you have never learned singing. You send children to Hinduism class and you got zero idea about what Hinduism is. What example you are placing in front of your children? You are teaching. They come and ask you one question, you have got no answer. But when they see you calm, cool, collected, non-reactionary, always aware of everything that is going on, always happy for no reason, that itself is enough for family members to emulate in their life. They will see, क्या कर रहे हो? मैं कुछ नहीं कर रहा, but then you can tell something. Tell them, you don't have to become a guru. You just tell them, take name of the Lord. That's it. Or they are watching. They will try. Society or people, when you start, they will try to break it. If you say New Year's resolution, अरे क्या करना है यार? How many times we do New Year and we never follow it up? कहीं ना कहीं someone has said something or we have got into the wrong company and we have come back home late and next morning your resolution is gone out of the window. So don't tell anyone. Do it secretly. It's your secret journey to yourself. In that family, why has family come in your life? Is there someone called wife? Is there someone called husband? Or is there only man and woman? There's only man and woman, isn't it? Wife is only a name given to a woman. Husband is another name given to a woman, to a man. With reference to wife, he is called a husband. Correct? तो अपने शिवजी पार्वती जी से सीखो. Why have they both come together? Why have you and your wife or husband and wife come together? Why is the institution of marriage? Is it to fight? Is it to divorce? Is it to produce kids? Is it to suffer for 20-25 years together? Or 35 years? Is it for that purpose? Or is it because it is for some people, unlike us, it is difficult to live your life alone, so you look for a partner and each one of you adds value in the other person's life by invoking the divinity in them. So the wife is there to invoke the divinity in the husband and the husband is there to invoke the divinity in the wife. But we don't do that. We live 50-50. I wash dishes, you cook. I put the clothes for washing, you put it for drying outside. Acha, you didn't bring, no, I put it for washing, you bring it in, acha, then you iron. इसी में whole life goes only in calculation. This is not life. Life is about bringing out the best in other person, and the best you can bring out in another person is through sacrifice. Love in Western society expresses as hugging and kissing and whatever, but in our culture love expresses as sacrifice. Yesterday we were talking in the house. So how do you know your mother loves you? Our mothers never, when we were small, she used to smooch us and all that, but once we were teenagers, never, even a hug. Then how do we know that she loves us? Because she has spent all her life taking care, sacrificing her life for us. You do the same. And you do that with a bigger vision of perfecting yourself. As you do that, children are watching, wife is watching, husband is watching, parents are watching, and sometimes they are watching, but they don't, whether they grow, they want to grow, that is not in your hands. Some people don't want to grow because I see even young parents, no, you are teaching sending your children to classes? Yes. What about you? Ab to ho gaya abhi, it's children's time. We have done what we have to do. Arey, you are only 35, 40 and you say your life is over? We are still learning. Past 60. So that attitude is not right. We must be learning. So, yes.
Sorry, I'm quite confused. भगवान कृष्ण भगवत गीता में जो कहा है वो तो भगवान कृष्ण ने सबको अच्छा के लिए कहा है ना. If I think that's the good for others, how can I keep myself? Why I'm not going to share with anyone? In that case, why the Gita?
नहीं शेयर करना चाहिए. मैं क्या बता रहा हूँ, what is your experience of life? If you share some information, movie is nice. आजकल कौन सी चल रही है? जवान देखी? आज किसी ने मेरे को ऑस्ट्रेलिया से फ़ोन किया, स्वामी जी जवान मत देखना, इट्स मेकिंग मनी बट इट्स अ बोर. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है भैया. तो अब किसी को अच्छी लगी मूवी, यू पेड द मनी, you enjoyed the movie, and you give free advertising, isn't it, to other people? It must happen naturally. But if someone says that, hey, that is a faltu movie, but you have seen it, if you have seen it, will you be affected by what other person says? I'm asking you. Nahi na, because you are convinced that you enjoyed. So first you become convinced that Bhagwan ka naam lena अच्छा है. Because till you are not established in it, anyone can come and sabotage your journey. That is what we are saying. I'm not saying कि don't share, but this is how the world is. तुम यहाँ से यहाँ पे लोग, अगर मैं आ रहा हूँ यहाँ पे लेक्चर देना है, बीच में किसी ने बोला स्वामी जी लेक्चर तो रोज ही चलता है, चलो कहीं घूम के आते हैं, और मैं निकल जाता. फिर यहाँ पे आप लोग वेट करते रहते. कितने ही लोग होते हैं, they want to come, but some other distraction comes and they go away they get affected by that distraction. Why? They are not पक्का. You get established. तो पहले आप अपने आप को पक्का करो. एक बार आपने आपको पक्का कर लिया, उसके बाद गुरु बने बिना कोई पूछता है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि उसको सब कुछ बता दिया. पहले देखो कि वो तुमको टेस्ट कर रहा है, कि वो तुम्हारी खिल्ली उड़ा रहा है, कि वो तुम्हारे से सीखना चाहता है, सीखना, अच्छा यार तू जब कर रहा है आजकल, तू बहुत खुश दिख रहा है, मेरे को भी बता क्या है, ऐसे बंदे को कुछ नहीं बताना है. देयर इज अ वे टू आस्क, देयर इज अ वे. क्योंकि सच पर्सन, ही इज नॉट गॉट दैट, अगर उसको इम्पोर्टेंस है किसी चीज के बारे में, यानी भगवान के बारे में, या he wants to improve, then he will come with a proper way. You have come to satsang, you have come in a proper way. You are not disrespectful. Arjun was disrespectful towards Krishna, तब तक उसको गीता नहीं मिली. जब वो टूट गया तब उसको गीता मिली. जब अर्जुन टूटा, और वो टूटा क्यों? क्योंकि भगवान ने उसको ऐसी सिचुएशन में डाला कि वो टूट जाए. क्योंकि भगवान को गीता दे रही थी और समय खत्म हो रहा था, तो उसने सिचुएशन क्रिएट कर दी. क्योंकि उसने कहा कृष्ण टेक माय चैरियट. अरे तुम भगवान को ऑर्डर कर रहे हो, भगवान को तुम ऑर्डर कर रहे हो. तो फिर भगवान ने कहा चलो अब आया चूहा पहाड़ के नीचे, अब पकड़ो. सामने, उनके सामने खड़ा कर दिया, गुरु के सामने. तो टूट गया, समझ लिया उसको क्या करूं क्या नहीं करूं. फिर गीता शुरू हो गई, और उसने कहा मेरे को पूरी गीता बताओ, उसको यानी सबसे बढ़िया चीज़ मेरे को बताओ जो मेरे लिए अच्छा है. तो दूसरा सेकंड चैप्टर में 10th वर्स से लेके 30th वर्स तक एकदम टॉप नॉलेज दे दिया भगवान ने. पर अर्जुन तो रेडी नहीं था, उसको समझ ही नहीं आया. फिर भगवान उसके लेवल पे आते हैं, फिर कर्म से शुरू करते हैं, फिर ध्यान जाते हैं, फिर भक्ति जाते हैं, फिर क्या कहते हैं विराट पुरुष का दर्शन देते हैं, फिर उसके बाद ज्ञान में जाते हैं. तो इट वॉज अ सिस्टमैटिक, बिकॉज अर्जुन he may have wanted the highest knowledge, but he was not ready to receive it. I may be ready to do gym, but I can't go and pick up 150 kgs on the first day. Maybe I can first day, but for next 2 months I'll be in bed. But if I do it by 20 kgs, then second week 30 kgs, then third week 40-50 kgs, slowly I build up my stamina, I will be okay. I will be able to lift it without any repercussions. But if I do it suddenly, that's what Arjuna did. He wanted highest knowledge. उसको समझ ही नहीं आया, बाउंसर चला गया सर से. तो फिर भगवान को नीचे आना पड़ा उसके लेवल पे. फिर धीरे धीरे उसको, क्योंकि भगवान भी उसको प्यार करते हैं, भगवान हम सबको प्यार करते हैं, किसी के साथ उनका वो वैर नहीं है, पर हमको अवेलेबल होना है. फिर जब अर्जुन अवेलेबल हो गया, अर्जुन ने कहा शिष्यस्ते हम शादी माम तरम प्रपन्नम, कि मैं आपका शिष्य हूं और मैं आपका भक्त हूं. तो भगवान ने कहा ले भाई अब मैं तेरे को नॉलेज देता हूं सारी, बट यू कम विद एरोगेंस, तो फिर कुछ नहीं मिलता. क्योंकि the whole spiritual journey is about dissolving the individuality and recognizing that this consciousness is not an individual consciousness, it's universal consciousness. And that should be our goal of life. Human birth's purpose is not to produce kids, not to get married. अगर होता है होने दो. But purpose of human life is to realize that you are the universal self. You are the infinite self. So whatever job you are in, whatever relationship you are in, whatever your daily routine is, you never forget that human birth is only for one purpose. And that one purpose is to realize the divine within your heart. To grow to include everything in you. And this is possible in this lifetime. You don't have to wait for next lifetime. Enough. और किसी को कुछ पूछना है तो पूछ लो, नहीं तो मैं बंद करता हूँ. Kids, all okay? Ready for food? Yes? चलो. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.